full of notes for every circuit.
So you know the first chicane is called the Retrofilio?
No, I just call it the first chicane. I've got terrible. I can't do other languages other than English.
Retrofilio, Retropasta, Nesmo 2.
I mean, I struggled with the Portuguese. I struggled with the Portuguese at Brazil. I mean, I was struggling. I mean...
Well, to be fair, there's some you could say in English, like Little Fir Tree and Duckbill.
Bill, yeah. I didn't realise there were... I didn't actually realise there were English versions, so I ended up trying to learn the Portuguese.
The English version literally just means Little Fir Tree, Duckbill, Junction.
But luckily here at Monza there are... there's a couple of corners that are quite easy. You got Curva Grande, the Lesmos, Ascari and Parabolica. They aren't too bad.
Yeah, and you got the Retrofilio and the Retropasta.
Yeah.
The two chicanes.
And the two chicanes. So, TCR. A lobby filled with Americans, Canadians, and I believe that's Monegasque? Or is it Indonesian?
It's Polish.
Polish! It's the other one!
Yes, yeah.
Right. So, for my first ever commentary stint here at TCR, it's the off-season round 2 here at the home of Ferrari and the Tifosi and Formula One's Temple of Speed, Autodromo Nazionale Monza, here in Italy, as we begin one-shot qualifying, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's one-shot qualifying. It's like F2 and DRS,
Righto.
if you're familiar with that. So, it's very similar. And it's raining for one-shot qualifying.
So who are we going to pick on for this race? Don't know. Whoever the camera goes on to first, I suppose.
Yeah, whoever comes out first, to be honest. Actually, we might have an idea after qualifying who might have a good shot. Yeah. I guess Double A, he's very good. He won the race in Bahrain, won the feature race. Almost got pole position. He lost it to Go-To guy, but who's not racing today. So you could argue that Double A is probably favourite to get pole position, and then you've got anyone, probably Sforna is another favourite to probably get pole position as well. So, but here we are, one-shot qualifying. For a race I didn't even do.
We'll go on to AA, why not? If you told me he won the last race, it's probably a fair chance that he's going to do well here today. Coming into turn 1, 2 and 3, the opening chicane, and in the wet, understeer central there.
Going too deep. I don't think he's fluffed his first corner. At the moment, Kitten Pedder got the best first corner, so his teammate is fastest right now. As W crashes out, and Curva Grande. And it's Crime that gets a good second chicane. So did Be Good. Be Good's got the best of all of them after the Retropasta. And coming into Lesmo 1, he loses a little bit to Kitten Pettit. So there's a three-way battle between Kitten Pettit, D-Crime, and Be Good Fever for pole position right now, and Swarner's in there as well.
Coming down the back
good measure
into Ascari. It's incredibly in here. In dry conditions, I would like to see how the drivers fare in the wet conditions at Ascari, particularly on the apex of turn 10, very easy to do.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, Double A is starting to come back. He was 11th after the first corner. Now he's all the way back to P3.
Coming through Parabolica now. Nice and gentle on the power. Out of Parabolica, turn 11. The tyre from the session, oh dear. Comes across the line.
Takes pole position by a full second.
Holy moly! A full... Okay. Holy... Around Monza.
Yeah,
What?
in the rain.
In the rain. I know the rain helps, but wow. Full second. So that will conclude one shot qualifying.
Yeah, you get the 4 points for F2 cars. It's 4 points for getting you the pole position. Getting better gets pole position by nearly a second to Be Good, Double A, and Mr. Clues third, fourth, and fifth. Bam Bam P third and fourth. Bam Bam P5. M9 Racing P6. Erect P7. Locking Up P8. Nadia NDR P9. Mr. Sensation P10. Ben 7. Oh, it's 7? I can't say his name, but Ben, P11, W, P12, Sorna, P13, D-Crime, P14, and Coleman rounding out the grid in P15, or bottom 3, got invalid lap times. So there you go.
I wonder if it will be raining for the feature race here at Monza. If it is, it's going to be absolute chaos into turn 1, one of the many hot spots on the circuit. And no, dry conditions.
Dry conditions indeed. I would say, since it's your first time doing this, who do you predict might win the race?
Well, I don't have a damn clue. So
that's the beauty of it, you see, because you could literally pick anyone and you could be right.
It is literally a lucky dip at the moment, but I'm going to take a logical, because you're giving me two pieces of information. One, AA won the race in Bahrain, so obviously he must be a contender. But Petter, a second quicker, that's an immense lap. So I'm going to go for Petter, because that's a logical choice.
Yeah, he did. Kim Petter did also win the sprint race qualified second in the sprint race. So he finished 7th in the feature. Won the race. Starts pole position here and gets the full 4 points. And he's starting to look a bit of a threat to championship leader Go-To and Double A. No, Double A's got championship leader, actually, I believe. Sorry, should I say. But Be Good in P2, and as I said, Double A's in P3. Mr. Clues starts P4, having a solid result. I believe that's his best position so far. Bam Bam in P5 with M9 Racing in P6 in the BWTR. Then P7 is Erect in the MP Motorsport. Locking up P8 and Nadia P9 with Mr. Sensation rounding in top 10. Ben 138, because I can't say a second name, is in P11. P12 is W. P13 is Sorna. D-Crime is in P14. Coleman P15 and FeldUX rounding out the grid in P6.
Alright, I should also mention the highest placed driver on the medium compound tyre is Bam Bam in P5. Everyone else... Oh, hello. Dougie. No! Martin Brundle has left the session. It's all down to me. I don't even know these people. Screw it. Let's try and do a half-decent job at it anyway. So everyone from P11 up to P1 are on the soft tyre except for Bam Bam. He's on the mediums. Double is on the mediums. Swarner is on the mediums. D-Grime is on the mediums. Coleman's on the mediums. So they're probably going to have a fairly crappy start, I'd imagine. So, Dougie, what on earth happened to you? I'm all by myself. We've got two cars on the grid who must have collided at some point or ran off the circuit. It does happen sometimes. The cars are now lining up on the grid here at Monza. One of those legendary historical circuits in the Formula One calendar and in the world in general. It's just an absolutely magnificent racetrack with so much history. And with the fans at the Tifosi in full support for Ferrari. But this isn't Formula One, this is Formula 2. And in many, many, many ways, this is way more chaotic, as we now are going to have 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go here in Italy. We do have a jump start. It's Coleman. He has a drive-through penalty because of it. Look at them scramble all over the place on the pitch straight. I think AA might have a look down the inside into turn one. No, he holds himself back. Kitten Petter is at the moment leading the way. Got a very good start. He holds the lead. We got yellows in sector one. It's one of the Arden cars. It's Ben. Losing a whole heap of positions there. I'll go back to position change. I'll go back up to the leaders. Got scrambling all towards the back as Mr. Clueless has to go down the inside. There was definitely contact between them. Bam Bam running wide. We have to... Oh, there's a driver who has spun. There's two drivers off the track on the inside. Coleman is one of them. He has to serve a drive-through penalty. And Crime is the other. Look at Teta. A 1.7 second lead. And that's a car off the track at the back. It's Bam Bam. Oh my goodness me. Lap 1 chaos. Oh, oh my goodness. He almost... Oh, and into the wall. Oh my goodness me. What a chaotic start here at Monza. Oh, quickly go back up to the leaders. Have to settle everything down. Oh, Dougie, you missed out on a chaotic start there. So, Patter leads away, 1.5 seconds to his teammate AA. N9H Racing, currently in P3. I don't think he'll hold it for long because he's got two very fast drivers behind him. Clueless and Be Good Fever. Right in behind. We might be going 3 wide into turn 1 here. It is 3 wide. Oh, two. Oh my goodness me! As Be Good. He runs very, very deep into the chicane. Has to use the runoff. I'm not sure if he'll get a penalty for that. It doesn't appear to be. The game recognises he hasn't gained an advantage. As Double goes into the pit lane to replace the front wing. Wow, what a start that is. And we got someone running off. It's Mr. Clueless. What on earth is happening? They're all scrapping for position already. Not giving any room to anyone. Fighting for sheep stations at the moment. Unreal. It's unreal. I'd like it on interval. It's a bit easier to spot all the battles going on. So, biggest winners from that. Failed UX. Currently P10 up 6 positions, Swarner up 5 positions, Nadaya TV up 5 positions from P9 on the grid. We've got Battling further back. Got a couple of groups forming. That's the thing here in Monza. You really want to be in the slipstream. You don't want to be by yourself. You lose so much time by not being in somebody's slipstream. As we've got the 2 leaders at the front setting fastest laps times, one after the other. AA slowly reeling in Pazza. As we have side-by-side action here between Lucking Up and Swarner. Lucking Up down the inside, a bit of contact, and he spins! Got on the throttle a bit too eagerly there. And into the wall. Losing precious amounts of seconds in these sprint races, in these shorter formed races in Formula 2, I should say. Very easy to make a mistake. You lose a lot of time and a lot of position. You really want to try and minimise that as much as you can. Fouled, up 8 places, a superb start from him. Look at this 3-way train at the moment. Swarner leads at wrecked in P7, Fouled just in behind. With DRS enabled, but Fouled gets a horrible exit out of the second Lesmo. He'll start to lose time to wreck in front of him. But, hello. AA made a mistake. He's now 3.5 seconds behind his teammate. He was almost within DRS range. We'll have to go back to the tyres now. And we've got 9H who's closing in. Does AA have any damage from his mistake? Doesn't appear to be. Both end plates are intact and the front wing looks all round pretty good. What can M9 do? Not a lot at the moment, he's not quite close enough. Then 2 seconds back to Nadaya. And Be Good is just behind him. Swarner makes a mistake! Where on earth is that? That's turn 2. Rector's off as well. Jesus. Lots of mistakes at the moment. Lots of action. So, we'll return to this battle for 7th place. Swarno is currently leading this train. Clueless in behind. The Crime behind Clueless. And Wrecked after making a mistake at turn 1. He was in a battle with Swarno. He might have an overtake here, and there is. Down the inside into Ascari and gets the job done. Can he get the switch back? Not quite. Clueless just parks it on the racing line. Not a lot that Swarno can do. But the more that these guys keep battling, the bigger the gap it's going to be to the top 6. Which at the moment is 2.8 seconds. See if there's any other. There is one for 3rd place, but that hasn't really come to anything. As we have a driver coming in. Wreck gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Dear oh dear. It is easy to do here at Monza. It's a very particular place you have to start braking at if you want to maximise the pit entry. Look at this! Still battling. Oh, you're back. Thank goodness. I need Martin Brundle. Mr. Sensation. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Very devastating around a track like this. This brilliant 3-way battle coming into the 2nd chicane. Clueless still leads. Swarner P8. Just in behind. They're all line astern at the moment. Coming through the 2nd Lesmo onto the 2nd DRS zone. The gap between Clueless and Failed has opened up. It's now 3.6 seconds. And I'm just going to take a quick moment to try and bring Dougie back into this. Get in here, Martin. I need you. Alright, we'll go back. Let's drive it starting. Come in, Ben swerving. 5-second penalty. Well, we got some of the soft runners. Oh, you're back, Dougie. What happened?
Yeah. My internet dropped. Long story, internet dropped out.
Okay.
It's fine.
Well, I had to do this rate start without you, and you scared the crap out of me.
I'm so sorry.
That's alright.
Yeah. But yeah. What did I miss, actually? You tell me.
Chaos. Nothing short of chaos.
Nothing short.
Yeah, it was... How can I put it? I haven't seen chaos like this in DRS. I really haven't. The first 3 laps were absolutely mental.
Well, can't really compare, but at the moment, it looks like Kittenpat was building up a sizable gap, just about 1.5 seconds before he pitted, as soon as I joined, from AA in P2. So it's a 1-2 for Campos Racing in an M9. All of a sudden it's from P9, he started P9, I remember saying, and then now he's up in P2 right at the moment. I'm assuming people have pitted as the top 2 do pit, giving India to be the lead of the lead of the race.
At the moment, absolutely right. So all the soft runners are in. Except for India.
Yeah, we got Sorner and D-Crime. P2 and P3 yet, both on the medium tires, so they're going a bit longer than usual. And got them two battling out for P2 on the road, but provisionally about P6, P7 potentially.
So our provisional leader, Kizenpeta, he just comes out just in front of AA. The gap is now 1.7 seconds. We have yellow flag, sector 2.
Oh, that is Swarner and
D-Crime.
And Swarner, they
more
came together.
contact. D-Crime came together, I believe, with Erect at turn 1. They lost a whole heap of position, particularly Erect. He was stuck on the grass and couldn't really go anywhere. More contact.
Yeah, Bam Bam inherits P2 from both pair of them, so D-Crime has very severe damage from that instant. I don't know what happened there. It looked like... Well, it was D-Crime that was behind, so I guess he was trying to go for a move. I think Swarner didn't see him. And they probably came together. But that promotes Bam Bam up to P2 as NDR hits from the lead. And the leading medium runner, now Bam Bam, now inherits the lead of the race. UX gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
As Kizenpeta proceeds to set the fastest lap of the race with 1 minute 32.5. At the moment, he is slightly pulling away from his teammate, just ever so slightly. Gap has opened up to 1.8 seconds.
It's early days now, but it looks like it's coming between the two campus drivers for the championship, as they are literally the only winners so far. Double A winning the first race in the feature, and Kizenpeta winning the sprint in Bahrain. Only round 2, of course, there's a long way to go.
That is true, but from the looks of things, even here, they seem to be two very dominant drivers within this field. Just my interpretation of it.
Yeah.
It appears AA is now in the DRS range. He is really close to Gap.
Yeah, he gained about 6/10 in the first sector alone, and now that DRS did help him a little bit if he got it. Didn't notice if he did or not. Kizenpeta goes incredibly wide the exit of Scary, kinda lost a bit of momentum, but he's got somehow kind of got away with it. But AA is definitely within DRS range now of Kitten.
Yep, he's definitely got it. Got it open. He's not quite close enough to get the full effect. Look at that lap time at 1 minute 31.6. That was definitely 6/10 quicker than what Peta set on the last lap.
Kid missed the apex turn 1, got a bad exit, and that kinda gave AA such a good exit now. It's now within 3 or 4 tenths of Kitten. Trying to size up a move. Kitten makes another error again, and now AA is all over the back of him.
Will he get the move done into Ascari? He'll have DRS. He has his slipstream. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Speed. How much of a difference DRS makes here at Monza.
Yeah, and AA takes the provisional lead in the Grand Prix, but can Kizenpeta fight back?
Coming into Parabolica now, he might lose a bit of time, Peta, as he's in the dirty air. He can't quite get all the power down, but he will have a slipstream and DRS into the first chicane. Here we go. DRS open. Here we look. He is down the inside. He gets some job done. As he locks up into turn 1.
Locks up turn 1. AA gets a nasty tank slapper in the exit.
So these two are currently just changing positions at the moment.
Yeah, we got another battle between Coleman and FelUX. Mr. Clue's all jockeying for position from 8th, 9th, 10th. Well, that battle is going on for the lead.
Three-way battle, and I think Wrecked, if these three, keep battling, Wrecked might get himself involved in this, turn it into a pretty good four-way battle. This, of course, is for pole position in the sprint race, as the grid from 1st down to 8th will be reversed. So this is a pretty important position to claim for the sprint race. 8 seconds up to 8 seconds up to P7, so I don't think they'll be able to challenge any higher up than 8.
Yeah, 5 laps to go. This is really the battle for pole position between Mr. Clues, Coleman, FelUX, and Erect if he can get. And the thing is, FelUX picks up another time penalty. He did pick one up earlier, which might hurt his chances. As top two now finally take the lead as Swarner and D-Crime.
As the battle for the lead continues. They're still just exchanging position at the moment. Driving, which is probably a smart thing to do, because if they start really fighting for their position, they might bring M9 into this. Might.
Yeah. Okay, so Swarner and D-Crime coming out in P9, P10. So they're also in this battle for effectively pole position. The magic P8.
I actually did forget to consider that, all the runners starting on the medium tyre and how far back they would actually fall down. Yeah, P9, P10. So that bumps E-Rec into P8. So what was the battle for P8 has now turned into a battle for P6.
Yep.
And Rect has definitely brought himself into this. He's now within DRS range of failed. That'll be a very interesting battle towards the end of the race.
Yeah, so at the moment Erect is about to take pole position from FelUX, but all now within a DRS train of each other. As Kit and Pella now leading the race, has a slightly sizable gap than he had before as well.
Yeah, the gap's opened up to 0.8 of a second, still within DRS range. So he's not going to fall away massively, I don't think, as Crime gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Battle for P6 is starting to hot up as E-Rec gets past failed, but because of that he's now dropped out of DRS range to Mr. Clueless. So what was a battle for 6 might now turn into a battle for 7.
Yeah, as Erect locks up, loses that position, now FelUX gets back into P7.
Loses a bucket load of time in the process by getting a very poor exit out of turn 2.
He does.
So as this battle here is starting to settle down, the battle for the lead is beginning to hot up. It's now just 0.2 of a second between the two. When they cross the line, it'll be 3 laps to go. I'm actually quite surprised how clean it's been for a lot of the drivers. Not a lot of spinning out, still Ascari particularly.
Yeah, I can see what AA can do. Should be an easy pass for DRS coming into the use of the Parabolica. Kidman doesn't really defend, so it just slips from each other. Working well as teammates to pull away from M9 Racing. But
I think AA gets a shocking run out of turn 2. Peta around the outside.
Just gravel.
Oh! Peta! Jesus! Running wide at Curva Grande and running over the chicane. How was that not a penalty?
He probably got a warning.
Just a warning.
Just a warning. You're allowed to do that as long as the game can recognize you actually going onto track and then coming back on it, and then it does recognize that, but it's very rare.
Well,
So you kind of got lucky with it.
I'm just
But no, that's
referencing the chicane at Spa, the bus stop
yeah.
chicane. That he'd cop a 10-second time penalty for a measly little corner cut.
Yeah, it can happen, but that small instance now brought in M9 Racing into play, and that's something that they kind of didn't want. 2 laps to go.
They're all in
Top 3
DRS
now.
range of each other too, so
Yeah,
I
top
don't
3
think
covered by.
AA is going to walk away with this.
No, AA is not. Top 4 covered by 1.4 seconds. Top 3, should I say, covered by 1.4 seconds. And Kinpella has a great run.
Coming into turn 1. Neither driver making big gains on the straight. M9 still about that 1 second-ish gap to AA, which is a bit surprising. Hasn't quite got the slipstream effect at the moment, or the full slipstream effect. There we go.
Picks up the 3-second time penalty. Pretty sure that AA doesn't have one, so
I don't think
it's.
so.
As
Oh!
Kinpella hits the wall.
Was there damage?
No, I think he just missed it.
Oh, that!
But
What a save! I mean, 9 times out of 10, that's hitting the inside wall. But if he saved that, wow, that's a spectacular save.
It's a spectacular save, and I think there was a yellow flag in Sector 2 with direct, but yeah, that kind of was a blessing and a curse for Kinpella. Blessing that he saved the wall, but a curse that he lost the position to M9. But he can crawl it back, potentially coming up to the last lap of the feature race.
Pepper does have DRS, M9 doesn't. Might have a look down the inside. There were yellow flags in Sector 1, they've gone away now. Can make a move. Not an ideal line there from Peta. Slightly compromising Enzo. Through Curva Grande. However, I don't think M9 has any penalties either. So even if Peta manages to find a way out past, it might be redundant in the end. I could be wrong, but I don't think M9 has any penalties next to his name. Disqualified from session, failed to use required compounds in junction with the regulations. I have never seen that before.
Basically means that he didn't fit for.
He didn't use both
set of
compounds.
tyres. He didn't use both compounds. So he gets disqualified. Didn't know it was disqualification. I said it was a 30-second time penalty. But doesn't matter, as I think looks like AA is about to take victory in Italy, and what seemed to be like a 1-2 for Campos ends up to be a 1-3 due to the error Kinpella made in Double Grande and in Lesbo.
Coming through Parabolica to now cross the start-finish line. AA will win the feature race here at Monza. And as I thought, I didn't think M9 had any more penalties. Gap opened up to almost 4 seconds between second and third in the end. Be Good Fever finishes P4. I'll just have a quick look at who made the most amount of positions. M9 up 4. India up 4. From P9 to P5. Schwarner gets P6 because of penalties.
Bam P7 missed Clues 6 pole position.
For the sprint race.
For the sprint race, yes. Belgio P9, he wrecked in P10, D-Crime. Takes P11, locking up. We'll take P12, Coleman. P13 with a broken front wing, so he's had a miserable race. And this is sensation. About to come through the second part of Ascari, well, the first part of Ascari. Holborn takes P13, misses Sensation. Last person to cross the line. But yeah, that was a very decent race, even though I missed 5 laps of it.
Yes, the opening 5 laps were absolute chaos. There was contact everywhere.
Hoping for more of the same then. For sprint 2. For sprint race, I say.
Oh, very good race. We had a good battle towards the end that unfortunately didn't quite come to fruition, but a good battle nonetheless. As we go on to have a look at our final finishing standing. So, Double A, the Canadian, wins the race by 1.5 seconds to M9. His teammate Kitten Petter, who was looking good all race, had led almost every lap, made a few mistakes towards the end and resulted in him finishing P3, Be Good P4, India P5, Schwarner P6, Bam Bam P7, Mr. Clueless P8, Fouled UX P9, and Erect will round out the point scoring finishes. So, as Dougie said before, Mr. Clueless will be starting on pole position for the sprint. Shorter race might allow for a bit more action. Only 2 drivers not finishing. We've got Double and Ben both getting disqualified. As we move on to the sprint race. No pit strategy involved. If you want to win this race, it's through outright pace.
Outright pace, I believe it's 10 laps, is it?
10
For
laps?
Italy sprint race?
I think
I
so.
believe.
10 or 11? It's one or the other.
10 or 11 laps of the sprint race, 50%. Mr. Clue starts pole position, we said. So it could be anyone's race. 10 laps is the right amount, if that's correct. And
Suppose we'll find out. Drivers are starting to ready up. Now, do these guys run default setups or is it custom setups?
it is custom setups here.
Okay.
Or the F2s. So they can choose whatever setup they want. Which might seem like it could open up the gap for people who've probably used to these cars and maybe not used to these cars at the same time, but we start the second formation lap, but this time I can actually say, I don't know, I think I disconnected it during the formation lap.
Yeah, towards the end of it, I think, yeah.
Towards the end of it, so, we got Mr. Clues on pole position, South Virginia team, from Bam Bam in P2, Swarner. After a difficult race, he was good in this race, he's not had the strong result, P3. India, P4.
I just have to interrupt you there. Everyone's on the mediums. Bam Bam isn't. He's on the soft tire.
I think Bam Bam, he actually is on the soft tire.
He is on the soft tire.
So he has to pit. Why would he pit?
Well,
for 11 laps.
I did notice that the driver that got disqualified in the feature race, he did 13 laps on softs. So it is possible.
To do 13 laps on soft? Well,
yeah.
Well.
So
he's trying it.
He'll get an absolute rocket start.
He would, but will his tire last 11 laps? We'll find out. Be Good is in P5 with Kitten Petter in P6. Had a strong feature race. Arguably should have won the race, but he made too many errors in the last few laps. M9 Racing had a strong feature race, P7, AA, won it, starts in P8. Failed UX, P9, Erect in P10. With D-Crime, P11, mucking up. P12, Coleman, Missing Station, 13th and 14th. W and Ben 15th and 16th. So 16 drivers, 16 runners, obviously coming through Parabolica to start the 11-lap sprint race, which anything could happen because we don't know who's going to win.
No.
Which is nice. It's a nice feeling. We don't know. So who's your money on before we even start it?
That's a good question. I'm going to go. I might gamble and say Be Good Fever. He's just in this nice place in P5. He's not too far back, so then he's buried in the mid-pack, but I think he might do well this race. Just as a gamble. Here we go. 5 red lights. And we are underway for the sprint race here in Italy. And Bam Bam, with the softer tyre, gets a better start, but not a spectacular one. He is alongside Mr. Clueless. He will go down the inside. There's contact. I think that was India into the back of Bam Bam. Everyone seems to have gotten through reasonably well. Wasn't quite as chaotic as the first race. As Bam Bam down the inside into Curva Grande. He gets position and he now leads the sprint race, but Clueless down the inside, he pulls out of it.
Skin Petter slams past Swanner.
Oh, we got 2 drivers off. It's wrecked and lucking up at the exit of the chicane.
They must have lost it, or they crashed into each other.
They were connected, they were glued next to each other. And they both went into the wall together as one. I only saw the back end of it, but I believe that's what happened. As Double A down the inside of Schwarner at Ascari and gets P5. We'll have a quick look at the position changes.
Mr. Cruz gets back that position. After Bam Bam had that good start, he kind of lost it. He probably lost bad exit in the exit of Ascari. But does get the slipstream for the exit of Parabolica. Mr. Clues leads the sprint race from Bam Bam for how much longer? Be Good in P3 at the moment.
Bam Bam down the inside into the first chicane. But Clueless goes deep and gets the position.
Huge position. As Bam Bam. Gets another good run.
Ooh, almost onto the grass. Locking up a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. Didn't need that.
Basically, it's now starting to cause like a 7-car train.
Oh, down the inside
with these
into the
super
first Lesmo. He gets the job done, I think. Inside of the second Lesmo, yes, he's got the job done. So Bam Bam now takes the lead.
Yes, it's a crash. Big crash from Mr. Clueless. Mr. Clueless.
Oh no!
Touched the he touched the curb and then just his car spun. And now he's out of the race. Well, out of the top 5 anyway. He's still in the race, but
wow.
Such an unfortunate crash.
The auto spin curbs have claimed another driver. Take the 2 yellows, that's gone away now, that's good.
Yeah, so Bam Bam now leads the Grand Prix from Be Good now.
But a very interesting tyre choice from Bam Bam.
It is interesting. We could talk about it for hours, but he's got.
I mean, if it works out, it works out. Yeah, very interesting tyre choice.
Yeah, it is interesting tyre choices. Kim Petter gets past the crime for P7. He needs to make a move on. His double A is already up into P4 and looking at the Grand Prix. Lead of the race, I say, as Be Good now finally overtakes Bam Bam for the lead. Bam Bam's just been in a battle every single lap on these tyres, which is not helping him
No.
to keep the longevity of those tires.
Clueless has left the session. That's very distraughting for him. Just losing it, coming out of the second Lesmos into the wall.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. Yeah, it is what it is, though. As Batman finally gets back past to take the lead.
It's India runs very wide.
As he hits Swarner.
That is a massive crash. Swarner into double. Oh my goodness me! And Ben, please tell me you got through. Oh, and there's cars at the exit of the Scurry who has crashed as well. Coleman and failed. Oh my goodness me! Coleman's been found again. Oh my goodness. Oh, India. Yeah.
This India's on the Biga takes the lead. I'll explain what happened there in a second. Biga finally takes the lead again, but goes deep. Misses the chicane. Bam Bam takes the lead again.
What is happening?
Bam Bam now leads the Grand Prix from Double A. Double A finally gets past Biga after cutting the corner. But I'll explain all of that. So, India went deep into the entry of Vicari, went on the gravel, came back on track and hit into Swarner. Swarner tried to go and make avoiding action.
Into the wall! Lost 2 positions in the process at the second chicane. Oh my goodness me, doesn't appear to be any damage.
But Double A now leads.
Double A now leads. It's been 4 laps and he's made up 7 damn places. What a start from Double A.
Only lap 4, and it feels like it's been 7 laps. Only lap 4 of this race.
M9!
A big crash!
M9! What on earth is happening? Oh my goodness me! Lucking up into the back of Mr. Sensation! Mr. Sensation into lucking up! And now E-Rec finds a ray pass. Oh my goodness! And failed almost goes into Mr. Sensation. Oh my goodness me! This is absolute chaos.
Chaos. I can't explain it.
Okay.
I honestly can't explain it.
Alright, I think
after all of this,
everything's settled down now. You can start explaining what happened at Ascari. I think I'll keep an eye out. Yeah.
Keep an eye out. Well, after all of that, D-Crime, who was P9 from like lap 3, now lap 5 is up into 3rd place.
He's up 8 places. He's up 8 places. 8! D-Crime
having an incredible start to the race.
And even better from Ben, who crashes! Oh my goodness me! He was up 10 places and he crashes into the inside wall of the second chicane. Oh my goodness me! And he crashes again at the Lesmo! E-Rec comes around, don't you dare crash here too, I've seen enough already. Oh my goodness me, Swarner has left the session. It's all happening at once, people. Holy moly! Okay.
It as well.
Alright,
I don't even know what happened. He's just lost
everything's settled down. Alright, you can start explaining what happened at Ascari.
Should we just say that it was basically and
almost into the wall at Ascari. Oh, okay, go, do it quickly now.
Kitten Peddler gets overtakes Bam Bam. Bam Bam does pit. Bam Bam is doing a 1-stop, which didn't feel like a right call at the start, but he did it anyway.
He might have done it by accident. Like, he accidentally chose the softs and, couldn't get off them.
Yeah, so Double A now leads from B Good D Crime into P3, Kitten Peddler now P4. Now starting to catch D Crime. So that's basically the battle we need to look at right now. But so what happened? India went deep, went to the gravel, came back on track, hit Swarner. Swarner tried to make avoiding action, went straight into the barriers, and then you saw what happened afterwards. Whereas Kitten Peddler does the same thing.
Come on, you must do it quickly, Dougie. We must.
It's like everyone's just having a mess up somewhere.
So yeah, India went off wide at Ascari, comes back on, hits
Yeah.
Swarner, and then
Hits Swarner.
and
Swarner
then,
reverses back on track.
yeah.
Then hits W. W lost a lot of his front wing, and then all carnage broke loose. And then we saw what happened between who was it?
It was
Erect, wasn't it?
could
That
have
had
been.
the issues, I believe. Yeah, it could
Failed
have been
was one of them.
Erect.
Erect was another. They were together, I think. I think Double
Yeah.
was also involved. I think Coleman was involved as well. I think.
Has Kitten for the pits? Why would he do that?
Does he have wing damage? No, he's just going on to another set of mediums.
He's going in another set of mediums. That's strange. Why?
I don't
Why
know.
would he do that? Why would he do that?
But you know it's a Codemasters game after all this action and all this chaos. No safety car.
Yeah, I know.
It's only Codemasters can pull this off. Oh,
Only could was be good and FP2 D-Crime.
he's now comfortably
No,
in P3. He's got
Comfortable
17.
P3 now. It's
17
now
seconds.
all calmed down. It's all calmed down now because everyone's not so spaced out. But
Oh,
I know, man, those last 3 laps were
oh
incredible.
my goodness me.
I can't even describe what happened in those last 3 laps.
I was told not to swear during this stream, and I am struggling not to swear. There is. I want to use certain words to describe this, but I'm not going to use them because I was told not to. But really, those 3 laps, the poo hit the fan. Poo hit the fan. I can't say the other word. So, poo really hit the fan in those 3 laps. They've got yellow flags.
In sector 2 with Ben again spinning.
Oh.
It's again. But now, Be Good is now caught up a second in the last few laps. And now is only 6/10 behind Double A with 3 laps to go.
And then N9.
Cam-
Now, N9 had contact, wasn't it? That sent him into the wall, if I remember correctly.
I think so, yeah. And then he went into the wall and straight crashed. And
Yeah, lost the wheel
that
and
was his
everything.
race done. And now
Sector 3 yellow.
Campos
But
at the
it's
moment have
Ben.
a-
It is Ben. Ben at Ascari. Completely.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
Ben is-
retired from the session. What's
Yeah,
that? 1,
the
2,
top
3,
eight
4,
round.
5, 6 retirements.
yeah, top 8 finish in
Petter's in
finish in the
again.
points. He's in again, yeah, he is.
So
And he's got
he
5
must
seconds to
have-
serve.
Now he's on the softs. He must have
I don't know why.
accidentally chosen the medium tyre. I bet he wanted to go
Yeah.
onto the softs, but he accidentally
he
had it
did.
on mediums.
Yeah, his race is now officially done because top 8 only finished in points. So Kid having a nightmare sprint race after signing to pit. But now the real battle is between the top 2, Be Good, Double A.
We do have another one for P6 as well between Bam Bam and Failed. They
We do,
are
yes.
currently in combat, but yeah, the one to watch is definitely the one for the lead. Double A versus Be Good. Be Good's closing in. It's now within half a second. Shows you how much DRS and slipstream helps around here.
Campos have a 100% win rate
Currently.
already at the moment. In the first 2 races here, and they're on course to win another one here.
3 laps.
Be Good is looking to stop it.
Sector 3 yellows. It's nothing.
As Double A gets a 3-second time penalty.
Ooh.
So
Oh my
that's a
goodness
big
me!
crime. G-crime.
Jumping
Holy!
over the curbs.
He went flying.
He was on
Did
his
you see?
side. How on
He went
earth do you
flying on
do
this-
that? And he's got no
G-crime's-
damage. He's got no damage. He's completely fine.
I do not know how. As another crash, India crashes as locking up spins, and now Iraq is up to P4.
Jesus.
Locking up.
What on
Locking up
earth?
made an error as well.
But D-Crime, full on rally crossing the second chicane, ends up on his side and no damage. Absolutely none.
No.
And he's
No
got a
damage.
16-second margin to 4th place,
Yeah.
which is now erect. Oh my
Yeah, now
goodness.
it's 3/10 now between the top two now. After all of that, top two now covered in 2/10. Double A goes defensive, trying to cover up the inside.
Around the outside, can't quite get it done. Double A parking it on the apex, gets a good run. Both drivers do. With only 2 laps to go, this is going to be a very intriguing fight. But the top 5 all making massive gains because of this. Double A up 7 positions, Be Good up 3, D Crime up 8, Erect up 6, Lucking up 7 places. Massive gains for these guys.
Massive gains, and Be Good having a very strong, very strong winner race. Challenging Double A for the win, and probably might get the win because I don't think Be Good has got a penalty, don't believe. So
no, I don't think so either. I wonder if Be Good knows that. On Radio Jeff, just ask him how many penalties does AA have. If he does know, he might just back off a little bit. I mean, to pull out 3 seconds in 1 lap, Be Good needs to make a mistake.
Yeah, as we head to the final lap of what's been a very, very chaotic sprint race and a very chaotic feature race. It's been entertaining.
And we've still got a battle for the lead after all that.
Still a battle for the lead going on. Final lap. Can Be Good do it on track and get the lead? Or can Double A hold on for pride, really, if he hasn't got a penalty?
Into the second chicane. Nice and gentle on the throttle. Desperately trying not to spin it into the 2 Lesmos. It's the only battle on track. And the second DRS zone. Into a Scary. Gap has opened up to a second, it's still not enough for Double A. 10-second time penalty for corner car. Oh, he spun! No! Failed UX and spun. I believe that was the entrance of Curva Grande. May have put a wheel on the grass and just spun the car around. But into Parabolica. Double A will cross the line first, but I believe Be Good Fever will win. Yes, he does! Get in! Oh, I am the Messiah. I'm the Messiah. I know who.
You actually called it.
I called it.
You called it out at the beginning. Be Good was going to win the Grand Prix, and you get it.
I called it. I am the Messiah. Oh, I'm all smug now. As D-Crime finishes 3rd after having that amazing jump at the second chicane. That was incredible. Erect finishes P4. Bam Bam with the unorthodox pit strategy will come home to finish a solid P5. It's not quite where I think he hoped to have finished, but he got points nonetheless. Lucking up. Where is he? Coming out of Parabolica. And he'll cross the line to finish P6. Yes, he will. Wow, that was a race.
Incredible race. Failed UX finishing in P7 and Kitten Pedal having a disappointing end, finishing in P8, where he should have just stayed out on the mediums, but I don't know why he pitted. And there you go. P8 1 point.
He didn't replace his front wing, so yeah, very weird one.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Oh. Out of all the races that I have ever commentated, that was... I can't think of many that was as chaotic as this one. It's a 1-2-3 for Canada as well.
Yeah.
1-2-3 for Canada.
Canada running up strong for this future race, sprint race. As Be Good
Call it.
breaks the campus running streak to 3. ART wins the race and be good. Double A takes P2. That's a strong race. Stong, sprint and feature. Decrime P3. Erect P4. Bam Bam in P5. Buckingham P6. Kitten Pedder gets P7 after penalties applied and gets points. Also got the fastest lap as well. P8 is failed UX. Mr. Sensation P9, and then we've got the DNF train of DNF of NDA, Ben, M9, Swarna, Coleman, W, and Mystics is all from separate incidences, or we can't explain straight away. But what a race! I can't really say.
It off again. Wow.
That was a good one to commentate.
It all happened on one lap. It just all happened at once, and then
everything just came at you for no reason.
Oh, what a way for me to introduce myself to the league. This is the first ever race I've seen of TCR. I might have to watch a few more, to be honest. If they're like this, it's been absolutely spectacular to watch. Wow.
Yeah, I think we do podium interviews. Do you want to do a podium interview with the top 3? Which is looking up Be Good and the crap.
Well, I don't have them on my friends list, so if you want to, we can.
I can see.
Yeah. Invite players. Queue. Do we want to invite Petter along? And D-Crime. Well, not to be too smug, but my prediction, spot on. But no, had battles everywhere. There was chaos everywhere. It's very hard to pick one particular highlight. It was a very good race all round, in my opinion. Well, D-Crime, are you there? Oh. Now, care to explain to us what happened at the second chicane where you almost flipped your car over? Because yeah, we got pretty damn scared for you when you did that. I only saw it in the background, but holy moly, you full on rallycrossed that sausage curb and you almost ended up on your roof. Not that I can think of at the moment. That incident at the second chicane it's got me tripping over that. That was just insane. I have never ever seen that before, ever.
Fantastic, and yeah, F2 is done here around Italy. Next race, I'm not so sure. Let's end it up.
Oh well, thank you very much, Dougie, for that. It's been one hell of an experience, really, to see that. What an introduction to a league that I've never ever heard of before. I mean, if you want to sell something to someone, especially league racing in F1 2019, now it's one way to do it. But, yeah. What a fantastic introduction. But thank you, Dougie, for introducing me to this league, and thank you again for commentating. Brilliant as usual, typical Martin Brundle stuff. Real professionalism as always. But thank you for letting me stream. Until next time, I suppose. And where's the next race? Oof. Oh, hello. Kitten has joined. Yeah, he left me, the stupid prick. But no, it's alright. Dougie came back. Didn't your internet drop out or something? Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, I think Smeg should be like permanent commentator for TCR. He's been brilliant. So.
Oh.
Yeah, well, just gotta learn some names. If he wants to do the silver race, I'm down. I don't want to do it anymore. I just like the platinum.
When is silver again? Monday.
Now silver is Tuesday, golden's Wednesday, platinum's Thursday.
Okay, Smeg, are you free on Tuesday?
Tuesday. I think it should
Around
be,
the
yeah.
same. Around the same time.
Yeah, right. About 12 o'clock. Around that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Well, if you need me, hit me up. I can...
Yeah, or if he wants to do it on Wednesday with you. I mean...
But Connor is my commentator.
Way too high yesterday or last week. Dude, that was it was terrible.